Okay, so you were starting to talk about the integration of the DIDs with the registration app.
Yeah. So first, I noticed there's the enroll part and the leads part. They are two separate ones, but they are not yet integrated. And
Yeah.
so the enroll part, is it yet done or halfway?
Say it again.
The enrolling part, is it yet finished, or the only thing remaining is being integrated with the
Yeah,
leads?
yeah, that's the only thing that's remaining.
Hmm.
Well, so how the Enroll app works currently is it's really simple. I mean, actually, I'm starting to use it for some APIs now, but the front end is really simple. It's just these different roles, and when you click on them, it takes you to a form. And this form is a tally form. You see there down at the bottom.
Yeah, I see.
And that's important because it means people that have no coding experience can design this form, and then they just send us the little link, the little ID, and we embed the form. So in that way, the contents of the form can change. Um, but them completing the form is not the only thing they need to do to register. Different roles have different things that they need to do. Like, it's really important for the hub to send us a wallet address because
Mm.
we need to use that wallet address for a couple of different things. The first is distributing funds. The second is the hubs are going to deploy infrastructure, and we want to authenticate those deployments so that we know that the infrastructure is being used by hubs in a program, not just anybody, even though they could
Mm.
also just uh, do it without the deployment automation. But the wallet is really important for authentication for the hub. And currently, it's just the form. We can collect the wallet address there as well, but it would be better to take it a step further because this registration app is kind of like the entry point into all of the system. And so it's at that entry point where we want to give them, where we want to recognize the role that they're taking. And we do that with the DIDs. So by them registering a DID that says, hey, it's me, I'm here, we can then have a record of that person's role. And that means in the other apps that are being used during an event, they can have the permissions relevant for that role. Yeah.
Mm.
And we don't, I think there's a little bit of wallet connect logic in the app already, but it's not finished. So you could just start again, probably
Mhm.
use Mesh.js. The, what's it called?
For the wallet integration part.
Yeah, it's Mesh.js, isn't it?
Mm. It's different
Cardano?
from
Let me check. Yeah, Mesh.js.
MSJ.
JS. Mm. So, um, we can include Wallet Connect in the Register app or the Enroll app. It's the same
Mhm.
app. It's just I used to call it Register, but we're going to change it to Enroll. And if we include that in the registration, then in one flow, they sign up, connect their wallet, register a DID, and boom, they're done. We currently have DID registration um, in like a dashboard, but we want to it would make a lot of sense to include that in the registration flow, so they don't need to go to a separate app. I started on a local development branch, building a step within the registration where I embed this dashboard app inside of the register app. But that doesn't work because when you connect your wallet, because it's embedded, it creates issues. The register app doesn't recognize that the wallet is connected because it's connected to this app, which is in a different browser shell in a way. So that was a little bit of a failed attempt, very hacky, didn't work. And we need to do it properly. We need to do it properly in theory by tomorrow, which is, it's ambitious, but it's also where you can earn like a a serious recognition of contribution, as well as this workshop. So yeah, just to come full circle, and then I'll hand it back to you. We started talking about you organizing and designing and facilitating a workshop as part of the agenda tomorrow, and that would be like a big learning experience for you. So the more that we can prepare for that together before then, the more you'll learn. And even on the day, just going through that process of trying to facilitate a group, it's always very rich with learnings. So yeah, that's kind of the topic of this call.
Yeah, I now understand. It was really nice the way you put it, the way you explained it. First, let's start with the way you were saying maybe the deeds should be on the registration part. I also had the same idea, but now my concern was about we created some deeds before the once we registered. So should we register new ones and the registration part? Because the idea I had, maybe we should write a newer code that attaches itself as the registration part. Could call out the wallet and the wallet, the wallet.
Yeah.
From the wallet, we could get the deeds.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
So you mean within the did, we, like as part of the metadata, we persist that this registration came from this registration path?
Not really.
Or how do you mean?
I mean, like, because if we directly attach the deeds to the Prisma, you say because it's embedded, it fails to call the wallet itself. So what if we write a new code at the registration? We attach it to the registration part that reflects on the deeds before deeds.
How I understand it is, let me see. I might need to share screen again. Oh no, it's already sharing the whole screen. Okay.
It's already there. Yeah.
How I understand it is there's these two repositories. I've accidentally logged myself out of my GitHub account, and so long as my phone's broken, I can't log back in, which is really concerning. But fortunately, it's all public. So there's this DIDS repository, and some really capable developers made this. So I want to try and change it as little as possible. And it includes this SDK as a
Mm-hmm.
package.
Yeah, yeah.
The step that I'm currently blocked on is I want to add this SDK package to the Enroll app. The Enroll app might
Yeah,
not be public.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to tell you. Like the SDK, we
Yeah.
actually push it to the enroll part.
hmm Yeah, awesome. And then it's code native to the Enroll app that derives the DID from the wallet connected
Mm-hmm.
and uses the SDK to
To derive the lead.
derive the DID and to register it.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Currently, I'm blocked because this SDK package is not published to NPM yet. So if you go into the Enroll app and you say NPM add Prisma dids, it says this package can't be found. So I was preparing to publish the package, but now I am blocked, I think, because I logged out of my GitHub account and my phone screen is broken. It's really tragic. Wait, let me.
Oh, I could see it. What happened? Did you drop it or
You see, oh,
are
I
you
don't know.
seeing it?
I can't use the screen. So even though it turns on and it's fine,
Mm-hmm.
I can't authenticate the two-factor authentication.
Verification.
So I think what we should do as a workaround is
Mm-hmm.
install it via local a local relative path reference. Oh wait, that's not going to work in production, is it?
Mm. But he, mm,
Unless we copy the. Oh, this is getting messy. I was going to say if we copy the SDK into the enroll. Oh, that's what you were saying, wasn't it?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's gonna be messy. It's gonna be messy.
It's
But
messy. It's messy.
what if we do it at the local way first, then we wait.
If we do it as a local what?
Mm, you do it locally, like
But that's the thing about having this workshop tomorrow is
mm,
it needs to be ready working in production. So it gives us a real deliverable because there's going to be real people totally external to Prisma, and for them it just needs to work as smooth as butter.
mm,
So
mm,
we've got to find a way before tomorrow.
mm. So uh, you you had that the before one for placing the SDK to the enroll part. What other thing could we do? What's your idea? I guess.
Ooh, we might need to look into security considerations for this, but what if we added an API to the DIDS app?
Mm-hmm. That calls out the yeah, but yeah, we could. But does it mean we have to also change the UI of the leads? Because
Yeah, we would. The UI wouldn't be in the DIDS app.
yeah,
Keep all of the UI in the Enroll app,
in the enroll up.
but just post to DID's API for
Mm.
the registration of the DID.
In
I don't know.
the
That feels like it might raise some security concerns.
And on the deeds app, the deeds are generated from the wallet itself. Is it random or is it
It's deterministic.
deterministic? So what if we call out the wallet directly from the enroll app? That means even if you register again, it will bring the same
Yeah,
deeds. Yeah.
that's it exactly.
I guess then we could write an SDK or an SDK as the enroll there. And if you had a deeds, you could just register with the wallet that you used before.
How do you mean? I'm not sure if I
Mm,
understood.
if you had like for me, I used in the deeds, but I registered my deeds
Yeah,
with the Typhoon wallet. Is it the Typhoon or the Typhoon wallet? So if we
yeah,
embed the wallet as the enroll part, as the registration part, and I register again, it should bring me the same deeds ID, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
So that means that the data that was fetched during the deeds part and also the one that will be fetched at the registration part, they should match or they should be the same.
So then,
Mm.
so then the UI for the enroll app could just be like a question. Generate a did question mark. And if the
Mhm.
user checks that box, when they submit, the enroll app sends their wallet and that did creation true to the
Mhm.
did app, and the did app creates, or it can even just go to a backlog, and then we
Mhm.
just generate the dids and register them in the background.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That is smart. That is really good. Okay, cool. Cool. That's a massive simplification. Yeah, that's great, man. That's great. And it's okay to send the wallet address over HTTPS, isn't it? Or over through an
The
API.
yeah. I guess as long they send a public ID, the wallet address. I guess when we look at
Yeah.
we could find their deed.
Okay. That is really cool and really much simpler, and that makes tomorrow realistic again, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's great. So, do you want to talk a bit more about the? We can we can say that's done now. Do you want to talk a bit more about the workshop itself?
As a whole, they did.
Yeah. So let me show you. I think you've seen this already, but I'll just bring it up again for us to have the visual. This is the floor plan, and yesterday I
Mhm.
I added the lights. I didn't share them on the group because I don't know why, but wait, I think I need to download this. Give me a second. Sorry. So come on. I just didn't want to share it with the whole chat visible as well. So this is the house with the lights to give all of the
Oh,
rooms
mhm,
these different colors.
mhm.
There's blue, purple, yellow,
Great.
and green.
Oh,
And so it should
mm,
be pretty fun to move around the house with people.
mhm. Yeah, yeah.
And we have this map for it as well. And there's a big TV, and I'm gonna like share this map on the TV.
Mm,
So the
mm,
idea
mm.
is that you would be in this
The
zone
identity. Mhm,
of identity. I've changed it so that it starts at 0, 1 for fail,
mhm.
and then it includes 0 as well. So previously this was 2 for you,
Yeah, yeah,
this
yeah.
was
It was
three,
great.
but yeah, I've changed them now. But so yeah, the idea is that you've already added um the workshop
Mm,
to the agenda, and then as part of that collective flow that we're all gonna do to learn about these different domains, you
mhm.
can have at some point we'll join your workshop, and it
Great.
relates with this coding work that you're doing because
Mhm.
for them to get a did, register their identity, they're gonna do this sign up flow.
Yeah.
If we pull this off, I'll be so happy, man. Um, so that's a bit the idea, right?
Yeah.
To give
Mm,
you another example, we've got Echo Harding, who's the Urban Link project that you mentioned before.
mm,
He's going to do a call on contribution. And we were, when we were talking about that, I could really see how that made sense for him because
Participate
he's
for the
been working, he's been working on his project for a year now,
mm,
more than a year, and I know how much he's like um invested himself to be working on that project and so many um, challenges he's faced and overcome. So I think he really, oh yeah, and also because that project came from this event we did in Ghana last year, where
yeah, yeah.
every day we started with a self-organizing exercise where we literally just made up an exercise for people to take different roles and learn to take decisions together
Mm,
themselves without necessarily like a structure being set for them that they had to follow. And at the start, it was really like everyone was like, what do we do? Like it seems like that it's really unclear. Um, but over time, they learned that what they need to do is figure out for themselves what they want to do and do it. And that feeling or that, yeah, that initial resistance to the uncertainty and then overcoming that and starting to organize yourselves, that's something that's really stuck with him. And
mm.
I think it really makes sense for him to have this.
To own it.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So now we can talk a bit about how you want to hold this space,
Mm, mm.
the identity.
Uh, the hold it. Okay, for me, the did part.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe I could. For the I have. I like dealing with wallets and also writing some stuff on it. Uh, uh, on how I'm gonna work on it on the identity part, the deeds part, or how I'm gonna own it.
yeah,
Just maintaining it to integrate with others, with the other parts, with the other flows, mostly the registration part, and also at the when we reach at the point where there are payments done, obviously
yeah,
we need the deed to to cement it to us that this is the hub that did this. this was who did this, and who's this message or this thing, let's say project, this project, who owns it. So I will maintain it, yeah, that, yeah, I guess.
That makes sense, and that's great from an engineering sense, and I can totally see um, why you're seeing it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to say, something which I think can help for you to connect this workshop that you're going to do with the overall flow of the day a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
There's two bits of context that are really important. The first is the people that are coming currently are a little bit concerned about the level of technicality. And so
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really important that everything we do tomorrow is as non-technical as possible.
Yeah.
So, although it makes sense for us as developers to talk in terms of how things are really functionally rigorous,
Mm-hmm.
that would just make things worse tomorrow. So we need to, like, I'm literally setting up props for the day to issue a wallet
Mm-hmm.
with rubber bands
Oh, oh.
just to make it super accessible. So at some point we say to them, okay, now you're going to receive your did, and they need to hand us their wallet. Hold on, I'm just trying. Okay, that did not go well. So they then hand us their wallet,
Mm-hmm.
and the did service goes, reads the wallet, derives the did, and goes, cool, there you go, there's your did. Yeah?
Yeah.
That's the level that we're going to be working at tomorrow. So if you start talking to them about the engineering aspects of this, that's going to add to their concern. We,
Oh,
which leads me on to the second point of context. I think for this day tomorrow, a principle that can really help us is to differentiate between the functionality and the meaning. So tomorrow, it's really key that we generate as much common meaning about these different concepts as we can, rather than the functionality. So what you said was great, and I really appreciate it from an engineering sense, but
yeah.
we need to put all of that into the background and just focus on making it really tangible and accessible in terms of meaning. So with that
Mm-hmm.
being said, how does that change how you're thinking about this?
Uh, okay, you just changed the fact that you should make it for them to understand it simply. Uh, you should only see the top layer, not the
Yeah,
other layer. Yeah, yeah. So I guess for
even
me,
more than the top layer, like if there's anything above the top layer, go there.
yeah, anything above the top layer over there. So yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna just,
exactly.
I
So
guess
how
I'm
would
gonna.
you, yeah,
How would I?
maybe go on. You were going to say something. You go.
Uh, for me, I guess I would use, let's say, something like have you ever seen where you go, maybe you wanna buy something, then in order for you to you buy something, you're given a receipt, and then that receipt is later on, before you exit the place, you are told, let me see the receipt. Now you show it, and then you're told, take your good and the receipt and now go.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the receipt is like okay, you gave out the money. Maybe you bought something, let's say in a supermarket. Just
Yeah.
picture it like in a supermarket. You go on the cashier, you pay for something, you're given a receipt, and plus you're good. So the
Yeah.
receipt is your deed, and your wallet obviously is where you removed your money from, maybe from mobile money, bank, and then the
Yeah.
good is what you get. So the receipts act as like a deed, like it verifies you who bought it, you are the one bought it, where, okay, and what you bought. Yeah,
Cool.
it,
Cool.
yeah.
That's great. That's great. Okay, there's two dimensions I want to offer
Mm,
to help develop this. The first is um, maybe you could think a little bit about how you learned about DIDs and where you're like as a story. And
mm,
in that story, where does the clarity that you now have, where does that come from? What you already said was um, already speaking to that a little bit. Like you have that very tangible metaphor in mind. The
mm,
did is like a receipt, and in that way, it is very tangible and relatable to you. But maybe what we can do is lean into the storytelling a little bit more. So um,
mm,
anything that you have from
mm,
your own experience from the last 1, 2 years or however long you've been building up this understanding,
yeah,
where
yeah,
it felt
yeah.
like something clicked for you, where it became clearer,
Mm,
and you were like, oh, like for me, when I used my phone to pay with crypto for a chocolate bar, that was the first thing I ever bought with pure crypto. I literally walked out of the shop with stars in my eyes, and I walked all the way home being like, "Oh my God, that was crazy!" Because this whole new this whole new world had
yeah,
opened up, and like telling stories like that can just make things really much more relatable. That
yeah,
was the
yeah.
first thing I wanted to say, and I've
Uh,
forgotten the second thing.
yeah, you should not forget, right? Okay. Uh, funny thing, you know Binance, yeah?
Yeah,
Binance, yeah. So you reminded me a day when it was my first time depositing money over there, and I was like, oh, are they really trustworthy or is it just a scam? And I had a friend who was telling me she should send money. I sent some crypto. It was obviously USD in USD form, USDC.
yeah,
And I was like, how sure should I send it to him? Yet I only know the number that was registered him as a Binance. So I saw I guess he's coming, but I said let me try. So I registered and sent it. So after sending it, I noticed that there was something that I first sent it to him and it went really fast. It was really fast. I was like, wow, that's great. I should be using it maybe in every single day of my life. But
yeah,
okay. So I used it maybe for 3 days and I was like, and how does this happen? So I went and researched and then I found something like the KYC first. I first read the KYC, know your
yeah,
customer. And after that, I noticed the Binance wallet generates a public key and that stuff. So, and later give you a certain name, a unique thing that puts you a place for you in the Binance place. So, like, oh, that's great. And I guess that's where I start research again and later found the decentralized IDs and I was like, oh, so it's like a ID, but now it is an internet one. I was like, oh, that's great. It has my details, my details shows everything about it. It only shows my name. and that name is not mine. They generated it. So oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's absolutely it. And I feel like
mm,
we need to also introduce the concept of not going through the government official
yeah. I really use
public
this.
public authorities or bank or nothing.
Yeah. I really use this for you to flow with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So even that context of that, um, yeah, that concept is really important to name because imagine that like, and I'm only saying this because the partners that we're working here are saying this to me, but imagine that they have like no, um, I need to think how to say this without sounding in a way that I don't want to sound. Just try and introduce as much high level concepts as possible. Okay, so then let's come back to this map for a second, because what you've just shared is really great. Um, I'm going to send you this recording as well, so you can watch this to like um, formalize it even further. It's really important to watch back the recordings to help you
Yeah.
prepare for the call, because it's unlikely I'll have time to sync with you again like this before the workshop. So on the
Mm,
day, you just need to be fully in the flow, and I think the more that you can like formalize your how you want to run it, your plan, the better. So I wanted to just share a little bit of this map to say that to give you an idea of how the rest of the day is going to be, hopefully.
okay.
Um, I want to do um, three cycles around this whole map. So starting in 0 with identity, moving to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way up to potential. And
Mm,
it's a shame you haven't seen the flat because these rooms, it's an amazing flat. These rooms, the reason why they're a circle is because we're actually going up into a tower.
mm,
Yeah, it's amazing, man.
it's
Let
amazing.
me.
I thought it was, I thought it was a flat place. But okay, like a bungalow.
No, the view from the side looks like this. Um, so it would be -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So by the time we get up here, we have a view over the rest of the city, basically. So it's really impressive. When we're in this room in 5, we can see for miles over the whole of Buenos Aires. And that's why I've put potential, because it's like this big open feeling of like possibility.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanna do that 3 times in one day. Um, and each time going a level deeper and deeper in understanding to prepare ourselves for the day itself on Saturday when we're going to do this with
Okay.
more people. So I'm telling you this to say that it would make sense to think of 3 stages of your workshop if you wanted to, because we're going to hopefully come back to this space 3 different times, and each time
Mm,
that they arrive, they're going to be like, okay, I'm ready to go a level deeper. I'm ready to go a level deeper.
uh,
And that's to mean the first time we start at that anything more than top
The
level.
top layer.
We go there, and then hopefully by the second time they're like, okay, tell me a little bit about the details of the code. Like, these rubber bands are cute, but I know that there's more than that. And then by the third time, they're like, okay, what do we need to tell the developers to do this for the way that we want to create it, for the meaning that we want to generate in our system? Hopefully we get there. That would be amazing. So I'm telling you this so that you know, either we can try to time your workshop on a particular level so that you have your one workshop, we deliver it at the right time, and it makes sense for them for where they are in the process. Or, if possible, depending on your availability, maybe we can check in with you for a quick 20 minutes each time we go through this cycle. Something, there's just some structure that came to mind, but we don't need to do. It's all open to create it how you want, basically.
Will it? Okay, the 3 cycles are they happening from Monday, from now tomorrow,
Yeah,
and
all in Monday.
all in Monday?
Yeah. So this would be like AM, 10 a.m. here for us. This would be maybe like 3 p.m. and then maybe like 7 p.m., which would be far too late for you. But maybe yeah.
Maybe I could do that one. I guess the farthest time, the latest time it will be around 1. Yes, I could sacrifice that for maybe a day.
That's a real sacrifice.
Mm.
All right, well, I'm not gonna suggest that you do that, but if you want to, then obviously that'll be amazing. Also, it depends on if we get there, because it's still unlikely. Currently, it's unlikely that even if we get one cycle done, I'll be pleasantly surprised. If we can get 3, wow, then we're doing really well. So probably a realistic middle ground is you deliver a workshop for this identity at a very high level, focused on the meaning. Echo from UrbanLink delivers another workshop, and if there's anything else, and then we move through the rooms, and maybe that's enough for a day. But if we can do multiple cycles, that would be amazing. But yeah, I wanted to share this with you so that you have a feel for what the rest of the day is like. Okay.
Great. Yeah.
Okay, let's try and wrap up. From my side, I'm all good. Is there anything else you want to talk through to prepare for
No.
that?
So for
Any
now,
clarifications you want to make? Ask.
no. For now, I don't think so. But if any comes before, I may text you.
Okay, cool. Oh, and also one of those deeper cycles could be like moving from the rubber bands to actually generating a did for themselves. And for that, we would need the Enroll app.
Oh yeah, yeah.
At least with that backlog, send the address to the backlog and register the did later. I think that could really make it much simpler and realistic for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're already doing a lot, Paul. You're really doing a lot. This would be amazing if we can pull this off.
Okay.
What do you think?
It's really great. So I guess the only thing that I think it should be done is the part after the rubber band for making the backlog. Should we do it today or we only doing it as theory part? But but you said we really needed. Okay, there's some point when we need their deeds. So
Yeah, because there's at least one person who's coming who's quite advanced, and it would we would be ready to generate a did for them. And if you do that, then my work in the meantime is to finish the propagate app migration so that they can clone propagate, and from the CLI, from the terminal, basically deploy all of our applications to their own cloud environment. And before the deploy step, they log in with their wallet, connect their wallet, and it checks the did. This isn't going to work. Okay, for now we can just check if they have a did registered. We don't need to change the did so that it records their role. We can just, maybe we even can if it's part of the backlog flow. Anyway, my work is to get to that step where that person is going to run propagate create, and it checks the did if the did is registered, and then it sets up all of the apps in their own cloud infrastructure. That would be a really amazing step to get to. And if we get to that, we've done all that we can. And that would be really amazing. So it's a little bit how your and my work interrelates as well. Yeah, so let's stay in sync. You let me know how it's going with the did backlog as part of the registration step. And then I'm gonna have to, because if you have that confirmed,
the backlog, yeah.
then the only thing left is for me to lock in and make sure that that propagate app works. Then it's on me, you know? And at that point, I can't let this process down. So that would really be a pressure that I would appreciate.
Appreciate the
All right, Paul, let's wrap up, eh? Cool. I really appreciate you making the time and talking through this with me.
Same. I also appreciate it. It's really a rare opportunity to.
Well, yeah, facilitating this workshop hopefully is really rich with learnings for you. I'll be picking up messages again in a couple of hours. I need to head out, but send me any questions or updates that you have.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Take care. See you later.
Okay, take care too.
Bye.
Bye.